Have you been questioning your sexuality, or perhaps you're no longer satisfied with your partner and you think that your sex life is lackluster? Maybe your job's not doing it for you anymore. Or maybe you're contemplating risky behavior just for the exhilaration of it. I'm Dr. Trish Leigh, brain health and sex addiction recovery coach and author of Mind Over Explicit Matter, the gold standard in leaving porn addiction behind and getting on purpose in life. I want you to know that if these thoughts have popped into your head, they may be because of your porn habit. And it doesn't have anything to do with sex. It actually has everything to do with your brain. Let me explain. So we know that when a person finds porn when they're young, it releases very high levels of dopamine into their brain and their nervous system. That might be you. If you found porn when you were young, in adolescence, and if you've gone back and watered those seeds of addiction, what happens is a dopamine dependency actually develops and a habit. So this habit is the watering of the seeds, and the dopamine is the way that your brain changes to need more pleasure. So ultimately, this leads you to question your partner. Why is our sex life so bad? Well, number one, if she knows you're watching porn, it's probably induced reactive intimacy anorexia, meaning she doesn't want to be with you because she doesn't feel safe anymore in your relationship. When a person watches porn, it can exude off of them in terms of a change in energy, which has everything to do with seeking and searching for more dopamine. So it leaves you questioning and desiring more in your life, but always having to do with more pleasure from sexuality. And it started when you were young. So if this is happening to you, especially if you're considering acting out in a sexual way, like cheating on your partner, questioning your sexuality, and you think you want to be with the opposite sex and you never have before, that absolutely can be from the dopamine associated with the same sex when you're watching them over and over and over in porn. That is a thing. If your job doesn't do it for you anymore, it's because all the dopamine's in the screen, none of it's in your employment, in your career, your purpose, or your passion where it used to be. So these things that are happening in your life very much are associated with porn, but it's very difficult to follow those breadcrumbs. So I want you to know it's a brain thing, not a sex thing. So what do you do about it? First of all, you recognize and you realize that this is indeed happening to you. You acknowledge the fact that, yes, you have a porn habit, and yes, it may leave you feeling this way and wanting to act out. That's step number one. You've probably heard the old adage that admitting you have a problem is the first step. Committing to change is the second step. So once you've committed to that change, you have to recognize that you are desensitizing the dopamine reward center and those pleasure pathways in your brain. And a pleasure pathway reset is what is necessary. What can you do at home? Stop consuming explicit matter of all kinds immediately. That may be difficult for you because your brain is in a mode that it needs high levels of dopamine. So if you stop, you may experience withdrawal. If you do, that is a sign to you that your brain is using the dysfunctional pattern at the core of porn addiction, and it might be time for help. At Dr. Trish Leigh and Company, that's what we do. I can provide a qEEG brain map that shows you that brain dysfunction with your own eyes. Once you see it, we use neuroscience and advanced technology to reverse the porn brain pattern that you've been using since childhood. In doing so, your brain becomes optimized and your life can reach your full potential, maybe for the first time ever. So if you're looking for help, commit to quit by dropping a red X below. Get the book, Mind Over Explicit Matter. You can get it wherever you purchase books. Dive into it. It's the program and the plan for change. And if you need more help, reach out, drtrishleigh.com. And as always, remember, control your brain or it will control you.